Your lease is up. Now what do you do? Are you struggling with one of the hardest financial decisions you can make? Well, this is just a decision I recently had to make, and let me tell you, it was not an easy one. There's no easy answer whether you should buy or rent. There's so many factors to take into consideration, making it a hard decision. Your age, your neighborhood, your future plans, your finances, that is a big one. And there's so many more, including the current real estate market. So what will you choose? Let's jump right into the factors you should consider when renting and buying in Paso Robles. Let's jump into the first factor, overall cost. There was a time in history where renting was significantly less than buying. Boy, have times changed, at least in California. I don't know about the rest of the country, but rent is skyrocketing here in Paso Robles. In 2023, the average rent of an apartment was between $2,400 and $2,800 in Paso Robles, California. In Paso Robles, on average, a one-bedroom apartment costs $2,400 and a two-bedroom, $2,800. When apartment hunting in Paso Robles, you could really see high prices starting downtown. When you start moving further away from downtown, that is when prices decline. If you do choose to opt for the cheaper rents on the outskirts of Paso Robles, just remember, you gotta take in consideration the gas. The gas will not be cheap, and it might make it even break even with living downtown. So take that into consideration, and also take in consideration the cost of security deposits and cleaning fees when renting your next property. On average, in Paso Robles, the first-time homebuyer is going to pay $500,000 to $550,000, all depending on what home features you want. Going off of the $550,000 payment, your down payment would be about $20,000. The advantage of the down payment is that it is building equity. The $20,000 does not go up in flames in the banker's hands. That is going directly into your house and directly into your equity. When it comes to monthly payments, buying versus renting is pretty neck to neck. That's why you're going to want to stay tuned for these next factors. The next factor is maintenance. Maintenance is one of the biggest advantages renters have over buyers. Renters have to budget approximately $0 because landlords are legally obligated to pay any maintenance a renter might have. Unless you completely trash the place, and renters, please do not do that to your landlords. You will not be responsible for paying any maintenance unless you throw a fat rager and just trash the place. So don't do that, and you will not have to pay any maintenance for your rental. Homeowners, on the other hand, have to pay 100% of all maintenance. Overall, homeowners should budget at least $1 a square foot per year for regular maintenance. Homeowners can potentially save thousands of dollars and add equity to their home if they're a DIY queen like myself. But at the end of the day, homeowners will have to pay the maintenance. So if you think that you cannot handle regular yearly maintenance, maybe renting is more your vibe. The next factor is flexibility. Some adventurous souls might think that having a permanent address is a bad thing, and that's perfectly okay. If you have a rental, you can terminate your lease, pack your stuff in a suitcase, and go travel around all of Europe at any point of time. If you buy a home, of course you can travel. You could travel as much as you would like, but remember, you will have a mortgage at the end of the day, and you will have to pay on this mortgage to still have your house. Buying a home is also going to be harder if you don't have steady income or proof of employment for over 2 years. And you really want to make sure that you love the place that you are picking. You want to make sure that you are moving to a city that you love and value, and not just moving to some random city just to move there because you saw it on TikTok, like something I would do. So the next factor we're going to talk about is fixed payments. This is one advantage homeowners have significantly over renters. If you buy a home with a fixed rate mortgage, that means your payment is going to be the same in 2023 as it will be in 2053. So the bottom line is, you should continue renting if you are still in that adventurous, not wanting to settle down stage of your life. And if you really think about it, your mortgage payment will be going down after several years of inflation. If you are a renter, I'm sure you know your payment does not stay the same for very long. Over the past month, studio apartments in Paso Robles have increased in price 391%. Crazy, isn't it? So if having a fixed payment, inflation-proof mortgage is more your vibe, I think home owning is more for you. So you're at the end of the video and you're telling yourself, well, that didn't really help. What are some questions I can ask myself whether I should rent or buy? Stay tuned for the questions you should be asking yourself. So you're asking yourself, is it better to rent? Well, think of these questions. Are you still saving up for a down payment? If you do not have 3.5% of the purchase price, you should probably wait and save up and continue renting so you're able to buy your dream home. The next question you should ask yourself is, what will I be doing in a year? Will I be in the same town? Will I have the same job? Will I like this neighborhood? This is all important questions you should figure out before you buy a home. Now you're asking yourself, when is it better to buy? It is better to buy when you can afford a down payment on a home you love. You can also ask yourself, am I tired of renting? In addition to feeling financially ready, you also need to feel emotionally ready. Once you sign your mortgage papers, you will never have to worry about a landlord ever again. You should also ask yourself, am I settled to buy a home? If you know you're ready to settle down in a certain neighborhood and city or town, you should definitely buy a home and make it happen. The bottom line. If you're deciding to rent or buy, the first thing you should do is tune out other people's advice. Plenty of people have benefited from long-term rentals as well as buying their own home. Homeowners might think you're stupid for renting, but remember, they do not predict the future. Although owning a home worked for them, it might not work for you. And whoever is telling you to buy or rent or trying to persuade you in a decision, they are not you. If you guys have stayed for the end of the video and you're wondering, well, Chloe, what did you do? Did you buy or rent when your lease was up? The finale, drum roll please. I decided to stay in my rental. I really love it. I live in a barn dominium out in Adelaide, California, and it is beautiful. And I was lucky enough to get cheaper rent because I do live on the outskirts with a 20-minute drive into town. So that is just a decision me and my fiance made, and we also have a wedding coming up in June, and we did not want to pack up and move right before the wedding. Definitely would have added a ton of stress that we did not need. But again, it is everyone's own decision, and I feel confident in my decision, and I hope you guys feel confident with yours. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next week. I will be showing the best first-time home buying neighborhoods to live in Paso Robles. And if you are thinking about moving to Paso Robles, please click the link in my description to see my free Central Coast relocation guide. See you guys next week. Thank you for watching, and remember, slay the day.